Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Blondest Podcast. I'm your host, Savanna Boda.
And I'm your co-host, Tyler Jacoby.
And we're so excited today because we have two amazing people here today. I'm a little slow in my brain, so everyone has to bear with me. But we are introducing Nancy and Irvaz from Face Reality. They are the masterminds behind the new supplements from Face Reality. So we're going to dive into that today. I'm so excited because these truly have changed the game of aesthetics and really just impact so many lives and helped with my clients and my own skin. So welcome, Nancy and Irvaz, if you guys want to do a little introduction to everyone.
Sure. Thank you so much for having us. I'm Nancy Leung, and I'm the VP of Product Development at Face Reality.
And I'm Irvaz Husik, and I'm Technical Director with Research and Development as well as with Face Reality Skincare.
Yay, we're so excited. I've had the opportunity to meet both Irvaz and Nancy in person, and they are just amazing and so happy to have them a part of the Face Reality team. If you guys are new to my podcast or are new to following me, I've been with Face Reality, from the very beginning of my career. So I would say it was probably one of the first big brands that I brought on when I was in my salon suite, right?
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, that was before Skin Better.
Oh, yeah. It was before Skin Better, before anything.
Yeah, I think it was like Glymed and Face Reality. Those two were like the first ones.
The first two. And come to...
And Face Reality, let me tell you guys, saved my skin.
Yeah. Tyler was a client. He was a boot camp client that turned into my employee, then turned into my best friend. So Face Reality kind of like brought us together.
That is true.
Because you wouldn't have come to see me if I wasn't good at acne.
Yeah, that is nice. Absolutely, definitely true.
So like definitely Face Reality.
Is that a good cause?
Yeah. So I guess Face Reality like almost is like our matchmaker. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Hey, bringing people together. Yep.
We're bringing people together. So it's just been so amazing for me personally to just see how much Face Reality has grown as a company, as a brand, and just how it's impacted so many lives. So for me as an esthetician, my biggest thing when I got into this industry was to help people with acne because that's what I personally struggled with. And I mean, I tried everything and there were no answers out there. And Face Reality wasn't as poppin' as it is now, which is so amazing with so many providers and acne experts that like in the marketing and everything to draw people to another alternative to clear their skin, which is just so, so important because, I mean, gosh, I think the last 6 years, like there really wasn't anything that people would know about to treat their skin other than going to, dermatologists and things like that. So it's really just amazing to see, the options out there for people that are struggling with acne, that there's just not one way that you can treat your skin holistically. So I'm very excited today because we're going to get into the supplements. If you guys have not tried them yet, you need to. I was so cool when I was talking to the CEO, Jeremy, about everything. You guys sold out, right? Within like the first week?
Yeah. Honestly, we were like, you know what? Let's try some supplements. I think it'd be really good and really help the acne experts help their clients. Let's be conservative. Let's see how it goes. It's been a while since we launched the product. So we were just really pleasantly surprised, the great support we've had from all the acne experts, the excitement, and it sold out really much more quickly than we had expected, but it's back in stock. Don't worry, everyone, it's back in. Irvaz and I are also working behind the scenes to quickly get them back in.
I love that. Y'all packing orders?
That's right. Yeah. Irvaz and I are in the back.
I'm kidding. I love it.
It was really a great problem to have.
Exactly.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's a good problem to have. I always say my favorite quote in life is you're either going to be stressed, no matter what, you're going to be stressed, right? You're going to be stressed because you're not busy enough, or you're going to be stressed because you're too busy. And I'd rather have the latter. Like I want to be stressed because I have too many good things happening, right?
Yeah,
so it's always something. You'd be either stressed the supplements weren't selling or stressed because they're selling too fast, right? So it's better to have them selling.
Oh, for sure.
I love it. Well, so for me as an acne expert and with just my Face Reality training, so you guys have always recommended, probiotics, zinc, omegas. So for the longest time, us acne experts, we're outsourcing different companies to, bring those supplements into our practice to help with those, deficiencies and just help boost those results for our patients. And what Face Reality did is just so cool because they've honestly made it so skin specific, because a lot of times when we're looking for supplements at drugstores or health shops or whatever, it's, kind of just a blanket, right? It's just like, this is an omega, this is zinc, but the dose isn't specific to the skin. It's just for all over body health, which is great. But what Face Reality really has done is create that perfect balance for your skin. And so I'm going to let you guys kind of talk us through the two supplements, the Balance and Restore, and just share just all of your knowledge with us.
Sure. I mean, I'll just start with, like you said, our founding SD, Laura Cooksey. She long believed in, fact, diet, nutrition, lifestyle can have an impact on your skin. And for many years, the acne professional training, the program, the Clear Skin Method, it's always included guidance on, like you said, how certain nutrients can make an impact on the clearing outcome, especially if your diet isn't optimal. And then, like I said, we tell what types, they're going to boost your results, it's going to help with the topical treatments, but we never said, this is what you have to get. This way, so, looking around, that makes it really challenging. So we thought it was time to, let's make some of our own. So we have the Clear Skin Balance with Omega, and our antioxidant skin defense blend, vitamin D, Clear Skin Restore with zinc and our proprietary probiotic blend and other nutrients. And I'll just say, we looked at it. I guess we didn't want to go with like the kitchen sink approach. You could always add other things later. You could tailor it, but we wanted to focus on nutrients that really had more research behind them, specifically for skin, related health benefits like gut and immunity. And we really didn't want to be that experimental, and we wanted to be more universal and make sure that you had the right amount that has the research behind it. Try to make it easy for them. We didn't want to have them take 16 pills, but we didn't believe we could fit everything in one single pill. And so this is what we netted out. And like we said, just evidence-based research. We read a lot of papers. We went through a lot of different ingredients, and Irvaz and I debated with like which ingredients to go in and which, maybe they're not going to work out that well for the formula, and which is going to have the least amount of risk for the user, and then obviously have the most impact on their health. So I think we narrowed it down. I think we did a great job with Clear Skin Balance and Clear Skin Restore.
And then we did took also the experience and the history of what our acne experts were doing for a long time, basically looking how the omega and probiotic and zinc are helping with the clearing the skin, but then taking on from there a research and put all these together in one, and looking into the metabolism of like the oils that are metabolized through the liver versus the probiotic and zinc that they have, the different way of how our body is absorbing, choosing the best zinc that our body can absorb, choosing the right amount of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and ingredients that we put in that. It was really like a crucial and like how big of a size of omega want to do, like a dosing like a 2 pills instead. Like we give an option like you can downsize, you can like for best effect we definitely recommend like do this serving size, which is great. So there is a lot of things, like not going into details, like why do we choose the color? Why is the color like that? Why is that in there? How many billions of probiotics are in there? So there is so much behind it, and it's done really in a huge collaboration with our team and the history of like what Face Reality is, what STs are out of there working, and then you guys know that all these vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we have in are going to help, specifically like healing your gut and like being creating a overall health in your system that will improve clearing your acne.
I love that. Yeah. And I think it's so important for me personally, like zinc and probiotics and omegas are just like the foundation of good skin health, because we know our omegas, they're going to help with that sebum production. They're going to help that skin be more soft and easy for your skin to regulate itself. And then of course with our zinc, which is an amazing like statistic that you guys did some research on to show that most people that have acne are deficient in zinc. So that inflammation process is a huge part of acne. So lowering inflammation is huge. And then, of course, with probiotics, like even if you're not taking, any kind of acne drugs or antibiotics, it's still super important to take care of that gut. But especially, guys, if you're taking antibiotics and things like that that are obviously destroying the gut, it's really important to build that back up and really help have that balance, because the gut makes such a big difference. And I stress that to my clients all the time, because everyone just wants to buy topical products and they don't understand, like it's not just what you're putting on your skin, it's what you're putting in your body, and supplements is a big part of that. So yes, eating the right foods, trying to cut out those acne triggers in your diet, but also putting good things into your body that is going to help with the inside out, because it's a 360 approach when we're treating the skin. And I think for a lot of people that, didn't really resonate and that didn't click until face reality, because I never thought of that. I never did when I was struggling with my skin, even when I was in aesthetic school. I was just like, just salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, some retinoids, some chemical peels, and you're good. But when you really dive deep into skin and you realize like it is not just topical. I mean, what we put on our skin, it makes a big difference. But I mean, our skin's not a sponge. It's not absorbing all these things. So we really have to go from the inside out to really treat the skin most efficiently and effectively.
And that's absolutely right. Like I would add the quote, like, take your food as medicine. Otherwise, you will be taking a medicine as your food.
I love that.
I love it.
That's amazing.
So, and, like, definitely the beauty is within. And then, like, where's the best place to get informed about what's best for you and treating your acne and looking at your condition is like with the acne experts. So we're definitely number one leader in this industry.
Yeah.
And then we have so much information about. And basically, how can you make best decision for yourself is get the best information you can. And this is the place where you can get it. So that's why we developed these. So and it's really, really great to be part of this community. Specifically, I love it. So when I was at the show meeting all the Estes, so they became my besties. So that's really nice. And I'm scientist behind it. I never had this experience. So and being part of this community is really, really great. So I'm thrilled.
Well, we love you, Urvaz. You are seriously
I love you guys too.
We love him too.
He's amazing. You need to be employee of the month, and they need to put your picture on a wall somewhere. I love it. But it's just so cool to see how much it's grown. And I really wanted to kind of dive in, because I think this is a lot of the questions, which I know the answer to, but I want to hear it from you guys, because I say it all day, every day. But who would you pick what supplement for? What would you say if someone's like, I can only get one? Like, who would you gear those towards?
Well, we do recommend that you should take both of them. They really play different parts and they both support each other. So first and foremost, we would definitely recommend to use both. But, it depends really on the client itself, and some of the things that I'll just, as an example, if someone has really oily skin, and they really, really had to choose, and they're on the younger side and you just had to choose one, maybe it would be Restore more specifically, just because the zinc helps with oil production and it helps to minimize that. Whereas the omega also helps with oil, but the difference is that it actually balances, improves the sebum quality. It actually helps to thin it out. It even has some research behind it that it helps to balance the pH. And it helps, lubricate the skin and all these other great benefits for skin and general health. But if someone really needed to focus on oiliness, and someone who's a little bit younger and just needs to choose one, it could be Restore. But as a general, and then someone who maybe has drier skin, maybe is a little more like congested, impacted skin, maybe they'll choose Balance, because again, it helps with that sebum flow, it helps with the skin brightening complex and the antioxidants, going to help with elements that might help with anti-aging. So you might go that way. But really, we do recommend both. Like I said, we would have loved to do one pill that just like had everything in it, but really they couldn't fit in for the formula.
Because one's an oil and one's a powder, right?
Yeah,
so
you
can't do that.
One has all the oil soluble, one has all the water soluble, powder, the non-soluble materials. And so
they work in our body and how they metabolize it. It's just the best way to approach. But like, I definitely would agree with Nancy and then all our team, like we definitely look at that. So, do we wanted to have like just one. When we looked at the whole project and all the essentials ingredients that we have in there, so it was like the best choice to go that way. And then like when you see from our supplement facts that why those ingredients are essential, because we just don't have so much of the omegas in our diet, not zinc, vitamin D. We're not enough outside on the light, on the sunlight, so to get that absorption. Reason, like when you look at every of these ingredients that is in there, it's basically we don't get that food. And then when you look at your diet, what you eat daily, I mean, who does eat so much of the fish every day? So to get that, that's why these supplements are really, really important. But at the other side, like we recommend these, so we cannot talk in front of the physician and it's like that. So everyone has a different body, everyone has some kind of conditions going on, like we all have to deal with something. Like if you don't know and if you're not sure, just like any other supplements, like consult with your physician.
Yeah.
And see, there is a supplement facts on it. Every physician will know, is this good for you, or how your lifestyle and diet goes and so far. That's really, really important to know. But like, yes, we design them that every person can use them. So it's like not like general population would have benefits from them. It's like not, I have to have acne. No, if you healthy is, so these supplements will still help you and then will bring even more energy, will increase your mood.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing too, is like a lot of people think, oh, like if I have acne, then I should be taking these, but they truly are great for anyone and everyone. You don't have to have acne to take care of your skin, and
That's right.
it just helps in so many more ways, with the skin brightening, the sebum quality. Our gut is just a huge, 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 huge connection to the skin. And then, of course, inflammation. Everyone has inflammation. I feel like, I always say inflammation is the root cause to pretty much every single skin concern, whether it's pigment, aging, acne, eczema. Like inflammation plays such a big role. So reducing that inflammation is key for all of our skin health and just feeling good.
Right. Absolutely. And I would just add that, having both of them are going to have multiple benefits. And I think, we look at not just the omega, but adding those carotenoids, adding that skin brightening complex, not just zinc, like you said, adding those probiotics. And we look them specifically for acne, but like you said, it definitely has all these benefits for general health, and that connection between the gut and your skin. It's definitely that connection there that helps improving your gut can have that outcome for your skin as well. So I think it's important, really. I mean, ideally, you would take both. And I think we did a pretty good job minimizing it to 2 pills per.
Yeah, 2 pills, honestly, is easy. And I think that was like the biggest thing before for my patients is, 3 makes a difference, especially when it comes to pills and when it comes to kids. That's what I always hear. 3 really just makes that difference. 2, it's basically like having 1. 3, that's a whole different ball game, right? So I think that's really amazing too, to minimize that for the patients so they're not having to take so many medications every single day. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit, if you could break down, each supplement for us and just kind of talk about some key ingredients and why you decided to put those in there. Because I know you guys kind of talked about in the beginning, you went through a lot of ingredient lists and you went through a lot of research of what you wanted to put in these supplements. So if you can give us the why behind it, what you put in, why you did it.
Sure. Well, we can start with balance. Clear Skin Balance. So Clear Skin Balance, it's the soft gel. It's the one with the oil-soluble ingredients. And the main focus originally was just putting, fish oil. And we thought like, oh, well, we could just make a fish oil. But we're like, well, what else do we put in that? It's really going to help boost the benefits, improve. What are other things missing? What are other things that we could help improve? And so there's the fish oil, with the ratio of the EPA and the DHA.
And I have to note, there's no fishy burps, because that's like my biggest fear in life. Like I don't eat any seafood. I hate fish. Like I love them to look at, but I do not like to taste or smell them. So I was really nervous about that, because I've taken so many fish oils before that give you little fishy burps throughout the day, and it made me like ill. And these don't. So I was really pleasantly surprised, because I was like, I had like a mental block, and I was like, you just have to I was like trying to gaslight myself into forgetting there was like fish in it. But honestly, I'm really impressed. I'm really, really impressed because I am one of those people that absolutely hate seafood and fish of all kind.
Well, this is a good way for that person.
Yeah. And so that's why it's important. I'm like, I need this because I literally will not eat it. So I'm probably so deficient in my omegas because I just eat chicken. So
And then
go ahead.
I even broke down the soft gel, and and I want to know how the whole thing tastes like from inside. So I basically squeeze it and chew it in my mouth and just like take the shell out. So you can like taste a little bit of the fish, but it also has nice lemony flavor, which is really, really nice. So it's not bad at all.
So it's like a grilled tilapia with like a little lemon juice on top.
Yeah. Someone had asked, like, could we break it open? Because I have a really hard time swallowing pills. And we're like, let's experiment. Ravaz, your game, right?
You're like, Ravaz, you're it.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely put it with your drinks or any other food that you would like to taste if you have difficulty swallowing those. So that's going to work. So it's just you might lose some of the stuff, like when you squeeze it up out of that. So it just like might not be like a fully benefit what you get, but like you made a compromise. So if you don't,
it's better than nothing.
And then just to the that fish taste, the reason why it's so clean tasting and the no fishy bread is it's the molecular distillation, and that's just a really gentle process that takes out all the contaminants, takes out the mercury, takes out all the toxins, but retains the nutrients. And it's specific to the omega-3 that we're using. We also use, sustainable fish. It's wild caught fish, so they have a high level of nutrients to begin with.
What did you say? You said wild cod?
Wild caught. So it's sustainable. It's not farmed fish. Yeah. And the wild fish tends to have a higher level of nutrients.
Yes.
And so the source that we're using is sustainable. But also it goes through a molecular distillation process, and then further patented purification process. And for specifically to balance that safety profile, that high quality, make sure all the nutrients that we want are in there, they're concentrated in there, but also you're removing all of those contaminants and the mercury. I mean, it's different from plant-based oils or nut-based oils. It's fish. Like you have to have a certain different process for extracting them out. So definitely omegas, that's like a big thing in there. And as we've said, there's a deficiency. It's linked to symptoms of acne. And you're right, not a lot of people can eat a lot of fish.
Yeah. I tried to open so basically I cut the nib from the top and then I just use it and squeeze it in my mouth. And it, like you can taste some fish in there, but there is also nice lemony flavor. So it doesn't taste bad at all. So you can definitely do that and chew it and just, take out the shell. You can put it in your drinks or juices and stuff like that. So that works as well. So if you cannot swallow it, so there's the way to go.
Yeah.
And then
I love that.
Capsule works perfectly. So you can just detach them from the two sides and then everything goes in it. And I put it in my smoothie. So it's like easy. So you don't have to swallow it. You can just get it in there and it works as well.
Right.
Wait, so are they both like gel capsules, or is one a gel?
One's a gel and then one's water soluble.
Yeah, one's like a capsule you can break open. One's a soft gel that you kind of have to either poke a hole in. But I wouldn't recommend it unless you just can't swallow anything.
Yeah. Because it's better to get it in there than not get it at all. So that's why they're saying you can cut it open if you're someone that's like, I just cannot swallow pills at all whatsoever. But I mean, if you can do it, muscle through it, get it in there, you can do it. Just roll it up in bologna like we do with my dog and just shove it in there.
And we were talking about how, part of why it doesn't taste bad. I mean, of course, to take a little bit like fish is that molecular distillation. And that's a process at which we get all the nutrients out of the fish oil. It's a very gentle process that helps to extract the nutrients, but takes out all the toxins like the mercury, et cetera, et cetera. And
it's wild caught, you said, correct?
Yes, wild caught. So it's sustainably sourced.
What fish is it? Do y'all say that?
Yeah. It's a combination of different fish. Is it mackerel, anchovy? What are the other ones?
I'm so silly.
Jack
I thought
mackerel.
cod was a type of fish.
I don't remember exactly.
No, do you think it was cod?
So it's a sardine
but I thought it was
and jack mackerel.
Sardines.
And then anchovy. Yeah.
Tyler thought wild caught was like an actual type of fish.
I was so confused. I was like, wild caught. I was like, okay. Because I also don't eat any fish. Like, we both don't eat fish. So,
You
More
eat
reason
Caesar
for you to take these
salads.
supplements.
yeah, no, I
Exactly.
need to.
Well, he's like half Caesar salad, his like body type. He's probably like
But
he's probably
Caesar
like
salad-
50% Dr. Pepper, 50% Caesar salad. So I think you get enough fish in you, babe.
As long as I can't see fish, then it's not fish.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right?
well, you'll have to swallow
Same
them
thing
then,
with
'cause
the-
I don't
same
think you
thing
want
with
to
the
taste
fish.
any, even if they don't taste that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, not at
Yeah.
all. I like won't even eat a Caesar salad. That's how much I hate fish. But okay, so tell us more. So we're talking all about the balance. So tell us everything else that's in there. So we have the omega. What's up? What else do we got
We're
going
like,
on?
we could have just done omega, but we're like, you can get omegas anywhere. And yes, that's great. But what else could we do that's really going to like amp these up and help boost that overall clear skin program? And so we have this antioxidant skin defense blend. And in that is a skin brightening complex, and the one that we're really excited about. It has these 2 carotenoids in there, and the way that it works, it helps to improve your own skin's defenses from the inside out. And that by improving your skin's own defenses against UV rays and other, and this is not to replace sunscreen in any way, but it's just amping up your skin's own ability to defend itself through antioxidants. It's going to help improve that skin tone, the skin brightness, and just that overall skin defense. And I like to add this like nice to know, but it also helps to support eye health because of lutein in it.
Ooh.
And so skin brightening complex, the antioxidant blend also includes vitamin E. It provides that antioxidant protection, helps to maintain healthy skin from the inside out. And the vitamin A also for skin protection, cellular health. And a little side note on the vitamin A, we have been getting questions. We're like, oh, we have some concern with vitamin A, is there that risk? And one of the differences is that we actually chose, we're really mindful in the different forms we chose. And we chose to use beta carotene and not the preformed vitamin A. If you use preformed vitamin A, yes, there's risk of toxicity. And of course, always talk to your physician whenever you're taking supplements, if you're pregnant or nursing. But we chose to use beta carotene. You have to use more beta carotene. You can be really efficient, use a very small amount of preformed vitamin A. But by using beta carotene, your body converts it on its own, and it's going to convert what it needs. And so there isn't that risk in the same way of toxicity. So we're really mindful of the types that we chose in there.
I think that's so important to note, because I think a lot of people, when they think about ingredients, they're like, oh, there's just one ingredient. But I always like to explain, like, there are so many different sources of ingredients, quality of ingredients. And I mean, just because something has, vitamin A doesn't mean all vitamin A is the same, right? So I think it's super important to know it's where the source is, percentages, and of course, quality at the end of the day that really makes the difference. So I always say that, because everyone's like, well, why is this product better than this product? They both have hyaluronic acid, but I'm like, they're not the same source, right? Not everything comes from like the same house. Like, I think a lot of people think like, oh, like we're going to go to the hyaluronic house and everyone just grabs a piece of hyaluronic and goes home. But there's like bajillion houses, some that are, look like the Taj Mahal, some that look like a shack, So it's really about the source and the quality, which is so important. And to note, like you said, I always tell people, ask your doctor 100%, but little thing too is there is vitamin A in your prenatals. So, vitamin A is something that people do put in prenatals for pregnancy as well. So just ask your doctor, but don't be, so scared of everything, but always ask your doctor.
Yeah. And the form really matters. And then there's, I'll let Ravaz talk about vitamin D, because he is like, that is his
Yes,
favorite.
you have to tell your vitamin D story about your daughter. I thought that was so interesting.
Yes. And like, I always like to take that example, like it was my wife who was like, hey, we should test that because she's 18 now, but then during the COVID, so she was staying.
Your daughter's 18, not your wife, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because the way you said it, they're going to be like,
oh, yeah.
She's 18 now.
It's like amazing.
So my daughter was in high school, and then, like during the COVID, you have to stay home. You have, and being home and not being outside a lot, like it takes all the sunlight and the vitamin D production in our body away, and then you became deficient. So when we went to test our vitamin D, so my wife and I were right below 30, so which is like the border where you have to be. So you have to be about 30. So we were around 20, but our daughter was even lower. She was at 14. So her doctor put her like on 50,000 units for like a week to get that vitamin D up. And then after that, so you can maintenance, you can put it down to like 5,000 or 4,000, what is basically that safe level that you can use daily. So our dose has 2,000. So that's good enough for your like normal healthy maintenance. But what Nancy said, like in order to like see where you are at, so you can test your vitamin D with the physician and see what your level is. And if that amount that we have is not enough for you, so you always can supplement more of the vitamin D, but you don't have to stop using these because of the other nutrients and benefits that you have in that. So it's definitely a need to go ahead and check how that looks like. But overall, if you just look in Google out of there of vitamin D during the COVID and all of that, how big of a role vitamin D plays in these like immunity and inflammation and infection. So people are talking that vitamin D is not anymore vitamin, it's a hormone. It has a lot of different function in our body that it's not even enough researched of like what exactly function in our metabolism has vitamin D. But it is very, very important. And we don't get it enough because we're just not enough outside. And
Yeah,
then
everyone's working from home, and now with the daylight saving times, it gets darker outside sooner. I'm sure I'm probably very deficient in omegas and vitamin D, so that supplement is right up my alley.
I work in the middle of the night, so I'm sleeping all day long when the sun's out. So this supplement is literally made for me, I feel like.
I know, it's like for us.
We're slowly convincing you. And, but interestingly enough, as Ravaz says, it's linked to so many things, but a deficiency is also
like hair loss too, right?
What's that?
Yeah, hair loss with vitamin D, I've heard.
There's so many, and who knows what the root cause of anyone's hair loss is for any particular reason, but I'm sure vitamin D is going to help. But
my son.
Linked to acne.
Yeah. That's amazing. And then, okay, so we have all those antioxidants. Did we go through every antioxidant and the balance?
Yeah, I think we did. The lutein, the zeaxanthin, vitamin E, vitamin A, and of course the really high quality fish oil, and our favorite vitamin D. And yeah, this is the one, like you said, we're mindful. We went a little bit higher on the vitamin D than the RDA, but we think that it should be higher, but it's not as high as Ravaz said. You can take 10,000, 50,000, but that's, under the guidance of physician. So definitely need to boost those levels.
So that was for the balance.
That's balance, and that's the soft gel, the red one.
Yeah, the red one. That's
our red pill. The red one.
Red pill.
The red pill.
We
love it.
Soft gel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, people were asking why is it red, right?
Yeah.
We love the red.
I love it. What makes it red? What ingredient turns it red?
It's like Nancy said, vitamin A, beta carotene is definitely coming from. And then it's just like we didn't want to use any colorant for that.
Yeah.
But then the saturation and the look of it with all of that was blended up with annatto extract. So then it looks really nice.
And it's also, the natural, it's a colorant, but it's a natural colorant. But we also wanted to be sure that they're opaque. We didn't want to use any other like the chemical colorants to cover it up, but we wanted to protect the antioxidants. So we had to make it opaque. We chose a natural material, and that's why. And red was not only a lovely color, but it was the best one to help protect.
Well, red's the color of fall.
There you go.
So it is. It's the it girl color this season. So she's on brand.
Red is definitely a new color in their lineup, though.
I know. Yeah.
Never seen.
And if you're just talking about like that soft gel, and you'll go into detail, touching that, like how much you needed to actually research and get in there to like see what are you choosing, why you decided to go to that way. It was like really like a lot of work to get.
Yeah. So how long did you guys work on the balance?
Both of these we worked on for about a year, but honestly, it's like years of research had gone into it because Face Reality had been looking at different ingredients and which nutrients are best for skin for a really long time. And Ravaz and I came in and just enhanced, optimized, and amped it up and produced an actual product. But yes, the research had gone on for, I would say, over a year.
Yeah. Which one do you think was harder to execute? the restore or the balance?
Some days it was the balance and some days it was the restore. And we're like, no, we must have this ingredient. We must have this blend. We're calling the supplier directly. We're going to get, this is like, I wouldn't let go. He was like, maybe this one's going to be all right. I'm like, no, we got to get this one.
I love it.
And then other days I'm like, well, maybe we don't need to have that. He's like, no, we've got to have this in there too at this level. I'm like, okay, let's make it happen.
Love it.
So it basically takes a lot of effort from many different teams that there are like all over. And I'm very, very excited, like at the end for the face reality team that put so much effort in launch and execution of that and bringing them back in stock and all of that was really, really done excellent. And I'm so proud, like in the team. So Nancy and I were not part of like purchasing, like e-commerce or like customer service and all of that, marketing, sales, and all of these teams were. So we're here, we develop the products and we make it happen. But then the whole things that took on the face reality team, it's amazing. So I'm like so
y'all
happy.
have the best team. The best team. Okay, Arvaz, you're gonna hit it off with Restore. Tell us all about it.
Restore, yeah. So, well, moving forward with that probiotic blend, it's actually that choosing exact probiotics, like which are the most important and common to our body, like lactobacillus, like bifidobacterium, and stuff like that. I know people will say, "Oh, did we have them right, or do we have all enough of them?" I would say that. And everyone should know that there is a trillions of different probiotics or microbes in our body. And there is no such formula where you can like have all of them. But what you can have is like if you bring the good bacteria and good microbes to your flora, to your gut, they will stimulate and develop that good flora in your gut. So that's the point. So and then is it like too much? No. So we went with a study that basically shows that this amount and these specific probiotics that we choose are helping in clearing the acne, and then there are toward that. So that's why it was for us very important to deliver something that's really toward the skin health. But we added also other probiotics that are important for your overall health and your gut health. And we truly believe if you keep your inner liner of your gut, so it's kind of your inner skin, and if that inner skin is not okay, then you will have these symptoms, and some of those symptoms will be acne. But there could be other symptoms like a rash, a redness, or some other sorts that your skin is showing. It's basically showing you symptoms, something is going on it. And we believe that by keeping your gut healthy, so you will achieve the results. And you won't probably see it right away, but maintaining that good healthy gut, so it will improve your overall look on the skin. So, and besides just the probiotic, like we talked earlier about, our really restore is based on zinc, as deficiency in zinc for people that have acne is known. And that was like supplement yourself with the zinc, and we definitely put a right amount of zinc in the capsules, so that would be taking as a main benefits. And then follow up with the probiotics, and then vitamin C, and then niacinamide, specifically one that's not flashing. And we can then talk why we choose this one, why we get the vitamin C, why we choose the zinc, and all of that. So there is definitely in each of these ingredients, like the importance of how do we look at it, and so why we choose to get them in there.
Yeah, and just to follow up the Arvaz on the zinc, we chose the monomethionine. And there's a lot of different forms, back to the other, we're very mindful of the ones we chose. So we've long recommended, this is amino acid bound. And so it helps with the transport of the zinc, and it helps with that absorption. Methionine is a amino acid that helps with that. And then in terms of the vitamin C, we had a question of like, oh, is that going to be irritating for my stomach? And We're also mindful of that. You could use the L-ascorbic acid, but we chose to use the calcium ascorbate. It's better for the formula. It's more gentle on the stomach. And then, as Urvaz had mentioned, the niacinamide. So on the ingredient label, you have to write niacin. That's what's required. But again, you'll see on the labels, we'll tell you what form. And we use the niacinamide. And it's when he said flushing, that's like some people get red from using niacin.
Yeah.
But niacinamide does not flush. So we use that niacinamide form of vitamins, of niacin, so that we don't necessarily have that same type of risk of someone turning red. And so that was very specific to the forms that we wanted to use for this formula. So all in all, this one is also the vegetarian ones, no fish involved.
No fish.
And so this is another one. If someone's vegetarian, they could take this.
Yeah. Is it vegan?
We didn't have a certified vegan, but there's no animal products in it. Yeah. And I guess we'll get to this is for skin care professionals, so we can get into like a little nerding out, but
yes, let's nerd out. I'm ready.
So when you make the probiotic, the very starting material like that they replicate originally did come from animal, but when you start producing it, there's no animal amount. It's like through biotechnology and fermentation.
Yeah.
And so through the production, everything is cleared out, and not even no actual starting material that's animal based. But there's like some debate over how you would define vegan, but no animal products went into the making of this formula or the ingredients.
Cool.
But we just didn't go ahead and do the certification. So just erring on the side of caution on how people might define it.
Yeah.
It's almost like honey. So do we say honey is vegan because it's produced by the bees or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. Everything's a lot of semantics these days. It's stressful.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm excited. Are you convinced?
I'm 1,000,000% convinced.
Good.
I expect a face reality bag at my door.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll give you one.
No, from you.
He wants my stock.
I want it personally delivered.
Yes.
So is this once a day, just in the morning, or?
So we recommend. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, the probiotics are good on empty stomach. Like that's probably okay to use them. So, but they're good to use. Like I said, you can even put them in your smoothie and at any time. I would like to recommend, from my own perspective, to take him in the morning or during the lunch, and just for the reason because they are working in your body, they can give you some energy and stuff like that. And I don't want to like someone take it, like at the night and not being able to like fall asleep or come down, from that perspective. But yeah, they're okay to use at any time. But it would be nice if you can use it like before the breakfast and have your breakfast after, or before lunch or something like that. So that would be good.
So it's better absorbed and delivered in the body if you have less like food in your stomach?
No, I would actually say so. Probiotics themselves are better on empty stomach, but zinc can, for some people, be a little hard on the stomach. So we actually recommend taking these with your meal.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would always say the best way to take supplements is whichever way that you're going to remember to take them every day.
Yes.
There you go. I love that.
Yeah. At the end of the day, just like the topicals, it's all about having consistency and compliance. So if you can remember to take it when you're eating lunch, then take it at lunch. But if you can remember to take it eating at breakfast, I take them in the morning. It's just easier for me to remember to have it with breakfast. And so I would recommend taking them with a meal because you're already eating and you'll just remember. But, some people, it might be like, they're going to take it when they brush their teeth or whatever linkage you can help you remember to take it. That would be the most important. And then for some people, let's just say, we're saying take two of each. So it's like 4 in one go. But if you want to take, one Restore and one Balance with breakfast, you could take it then. And then you can take another set, 1 Restore, 1 Balance with lunch. Then you've got your 4 in a day. If that's easier for you too, you can break it up with different meals. But again, it's like whatever can help you remember.
As long as it's in your body.
Way to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like they say the best sunscreen is the one you'll wear.
Exactly.
Best time to take supplements is whenever you remember.
Different nuances. That's right.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Tyler, what questions do you have?
How many are in each bottle? 60?
I think 60.
Yes. Correct.
60. Okay. So it's like a month supply.
Correct. Yeah.
No, I don't have any questions. Honestly, I just love your guys' brand. everything you guys have created. It really has changed my life. And I mean, there are just so many companies out there that say they focus on acne, but I feel like, as Savanna has explained to me, they focus on just drying your face out, really.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of, they're not a one really holistic approach.
Yeah.
Where it's like your total body, skin, everything. I mean, supporting the skin health also while you're trying to clear it out with stuff like benzoyl or, mandelic acid or anything. Like, you guys have the hydration ingredients and make sure that you really do have the whole package and that the clearing is being supported and you're not just destroying your skin barrier.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Well, it's super important to me too, because I feel like a lot of brands, they like, oh, we have an age management line, we have an acne line, we have a hyperpigmentation line, like we have all of these different lines, but Face Reality truly has niched down, and they're like, this is who we are. Like, acne is us. We are acne.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing too that I think is so funny, whenever I have like older clients come to me and they're like, I have to get on Face Reality for my acne. Like, is it going to help with my aging? I'm like, it's such a misconception. Mandelic acid is going to help with anti-aging,
absolutely.
right? Retinoic acid, retinoids that you guys use in your vitamin A serums are going to help with aging. Like, there are so many ingredients that kind of all weave in through. Mandelic's also going to help with hyperpigmentation. So is retinoids, and so it's so funny to me when people get so hooked on like, oh, I'm being on acne products. It's only treating acne. Like, I'm not getting any other benefit, which is so far from the truth, because the ingredients that we're using to clear the skin also are going to help with, the integrity of the skin. They're going to help with also exfoliation, which is going to help in turn with hyperpigmentation and help with aging. So it's really cool that, Face Reality truly is such a good price point too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Which
you
is
guys
really
have made
important.
it so accessible as well,
which is huge.
A lot of people think of these medical grade skincare lines as not accessible, and I feel like Face Reality really diverts from that.
Yeah, you can get a whole acne
stereotype.
regimen for like less than $300.
Yeah,
And
they started calling me a magic. So with the negotiation on pricing, so I'm not in there. So I just work on the contract manufacturing side a lot. So then I just helping with it. So, but we definitely try to be down to be
accessible
as
price
affordable
points
as possible. So accessible and affordable and all of that. But you guys, I mean, if you just know what we have in pipeline, I just like it's hard for me to keep in me all that excitement.
Secrets.
Not yet.
But
We're
there is so much coming. There is so much exciting things in our pipeline that there are like we're like at the end of certain projects, but what we have like lined up down to our 5-year plan and stuff like that, it's amazing. So and definitely so you will be thrilled to see our new products that are coming out of there and everything about what's coming. So
I can't tell you I signed an NDA. I know.
Just watch. So we're gonna have again a new conversation about something totally new, totally exciting.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back on when the new product launches. I'm really excited for it. So when I went to the Face Reality headquarters with the other ambassadors, we got some sneak peeks about what's coming. So we're excited. Very top secret. Hush, hush, hush. Can't even tell my bestie. Don't ask me. I don't know anything. But I'm so excited. Thank you guys for taking the time today. Is there any closing thoughts or anything you want to leave our listeners with? Or anything that you didn't get to touch on that you're like, I want to talk about this. Like, I want to share this knowledge. You tell us.
I guess we just really want to thank the acne expert community, including you, Savanna, for all the support. At the end of the day, we definitely want to clear client skin and give them that whole holistic approach to it. But also we want to support acne experts. I feel like a lot of people don't know how much you can gain from having someone going through that journey with you. And I think it's really important to be able to speak to these products, intelligently and thoroughly and taking that time with the client. And it's not just like, I'm just going to pick this up in the drugstore, I'm going to fix it. And they just get so disappointed. So having an acne expert, we are so supportive of giving you guys all of this information and education to help that skincare professional to be feeling really confident about how to help their clients. Because it's like you said, helping with acne is just so meaningful. And yes, I've worked on tons of anti-aging products, and not to say that, there's anything wrong with that, but helping to treat and clear acne is really meaningful. And it's
It
route
is,
to,
and it
the
changes
face reality
so
brand.
many lives, and people
Yeah,
don't understand the mental health aspect of it too. I mean,
exactly.
trigger warning, always have to say, but I've had so many clients that were on the verge of suicide or just depression and
Yeah.
divorce and, about to drop out of college, or their husband, didn't want to stay with them, not because of their acne, but because of how it affected their
Yeah.
relationship because they didn't
Yes.
want to do anything. And so I don't think people realize like what we're doing is it's so much more than vanity. It's so much more than surface level. Like we're truly changing people's lives. Like I had a client the other day, a virtual, that was like, I have ignored my kids for the past
Mm.
6 months. I don't want to be around them. Like I don't want to do anything with them. I just come home and I hide in my room and my husband takes care of them. And like I want my life back. I want to be around my kids. Like I just don't even want them to see me. Like she was embarrassed about her kids seeing her skin. And I can't even imagine that, feeling that way and going through that. It's just, there's so many deeper issues that we're treating, and being able to be that person to help someone get their life back is huge. And until you experience acne, like you might be like, oh my God, they're being dramatic. Like it's just a pimple, but it's truly not. Like people don't understand that it truly affects you in so many ways. And I've been there. Like I remember when Lance and I, he's my husband now, we're dating, but it was our first year anniversary. And, I was breaking out terribly. I was in nursing school, wasn't in my aesthetics career yet, but I remember sitting in front of the mirror and I was trying to do my makeup, but my skin just looked so bad. And like when I put the makeup over my acne, like it just looked awful. So I'd wash my face, I'd try again. And then I started picking all at my skin and I just started crying. And I kind of just went into this place where like time wasn't existing. Like I was just like in my own daydream, and I hear him, calling me. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, it's time to go. Like I've been sitting outside for like 30 minutes. Like, are you ready? Are you ready? And I just lost it. And I was like, looked in the mirror and my face was just bleeding and red. And I had half makeup on my face. The other half was just raw skin. And I was like, I can't go. Like, we can't do this. Like, you have to cancel our dinner. And he was so supportive of me. And he's like, I'm going to go pick up Chick-fil-A. We're going to watch movies. Like, we're going to be together. Like, it's fine. But so many times in my life where I remember not wanting to go do something or go out with friends because my skin looked so bad. I was like, I'm not going. And I think, too, another point to that is like the men's side of it is like, I didn't think about this until I started treating acne, but at least with women, like we're able to put makeup on it, right? Like sometimes it'll make it better, but at least we can cover it up. Someone like Tyler, for men, like their skin is their skin. Like that's it. Like they can't really, they could if they wanted to, but most,
Yeah.
heterosexual men don't want to do that, right? So it's hard because they are just stuck. And I think a lot of men are scared to get help and seek help. So, a lot of my clientele is predominantly men now because, they have that issue and they can't cover it up the way women can. And it's such a big point, that it's hard. It's just hard. Like, how do you've struggled with acne. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like that is a huge, like, there's just nothing you can do about it. And especially because I had like extremely inflamed cystic acne
Yeah.
at the time. And it just felt like there was absolutely nothing I could do.
To
And
like cover it up. Like, you're not going
yeah,
to go put foundation on,
yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Now that I love now a little tinted SPF from time to time, and that
Yeah.
helps out. And it still
Yeah.
looks like your skin, which is nice.
Definitely a
But
nice moisturizer after shaving and stuff like that for men would be
Yeah.
like using our SPF, something, like
yeah,
just to get protected, like the skin from the
Mhm.
skin cancer and pigmentation and stuff like that. But I would just like to say that Face Reality does donate and does support agencies that there are providing mental help to people, and we
That's
definitely are
amazing.
in
I
this
didn't know that.
community and we understand. And
Yeah.
then my statement, like for the end, like from the science standpoint, would be so education and knowledge is a power. So we have educational team in the Face Reality, so they do great job, and so all our acne expert estheticians are welcome to get training to learn about it, get educate more about how can you approach and what can you do. And for the people that they have issues with acne, like I would encourage them to learn more, educate themselves about get those information. So only that you would be in best position to make the best decision for you, how you would approach.
And I think that's so powerful too, because a lot of times when people go and try to treat their acne, whether it's at a med spa or anywhere, they're not given that information. They're just like, okay, here you go. This is what you're going to do, but they don't understand the why. And for me, Face Reality was the first brand that taught me the why and how to explain that why to my clients, and like gave me the verbiage and the knowledge to explain it, because it's so hard when you go somewhere and they're like, okay, here this is, like, do this twice a day, but you don't understand like what's really happening in my skin. Why is this necessary? What's going on? So you fall off, right? So I think that's such a big piece, that Face Reality has such a big educational department that focuses solely on educating estheticians and providers to better help their clients and educate them. So it's just y'all are amazing.
Exactly.
Truly.
Thank
you
you.
guys so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you. We could talk forever and ever, but I'm sure you guys have things you want to do on your Sunday. But we appreciate it so much, Nancy and Hervaz. You guys are wonderful. And I hope to see you soon. Hervaz, are you going to be in New York?
I'm not sure. I will see. So, I usually come when it's like a product development and where it's something new, and I'm sure there will be great excitement at that show. So we definitely are ready for it already. Now we know what we're going to present and what's going to happen. So
Yay.
be there, and like whether I am there or Nancy or whoever from our product development team. So definitely we'll be there to support.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Savanna.
Thank you.
Tyler.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great rest of your
Bye,
Sunday.
guys.
Bye, guys. See you next Monday.